Alright, check 1, 2. That should be good to go. Alright. What kind of music do we want to listen to? This one's probably good. I gotta put that down just a little bit. Alright, how's it going? Let's see, we got somebody in the chat. Don't know who that is. Announce yourself. Hey, the Saint, what's happening, buddy? Hey, did you get your package? The one that I sent out from the last live sale, whenever that was? Let me know if everything came in okay. Cash and Coins, what's happening? Good to see you. Yeah, it's been a while. Life is good, man. Yeah, I've actually been doing a couple of live sales. This week will be the third one. Just ramping things back up. Going through some inventory. I got some good stuff on the next one. I'll show you guys a couple of those pieces soon. I don't know what I'm allowed to show, but hey, all good. It's awesome. I'm glad it came in. Let's do this real quick. All right. So, I know some of you guys know already that we got this little notification saying that if we don't get our watch hours up, that we will lose our monetization. So I am way below the threshold, so I'm probably going to lose my monetization. So I'm not too worried about it. I know I'll get it back. It's my own fault for letting it lapse, for kind of going months on end without really doing any shows or anything. So that's what I'm doing now. I know that this little pocket of time is right before a couple of live sales that are going on tonight. I'm not selling anything tonight. It'll be Friday, so you can catch me Friday 7:30 Eastern time. Ring that bell. I should already have the video, at least the video placeholder, up on my channel. If you want to go on there, you can go ahead and hit that. What is the hours we need? Oh, I'll talk about that. But yeah, hit that notification bell for that video so that you'll know when it comes on. We got a lot of good stuff, a lot of high premium, some lower premium stuff too, but a lot of really nice, cool pieces. So watch hours. If you're a monetized account, meaning you have over 1,000 subscribers and you have, 4,000 watch hours. As long as you have your 4,000 watch hours in place, your monetization is safe, right? So my issue is it's got to be that 4,000 watch hours within a 12-month period or 365 days. And it's a rolling calendar, right? So right now I'm at like 1,900 hours, which is way below where it needs to be. So I'm posting YouTube shorts. I'm probably going to whip up a video later this week. And, you know, of course, doing the live sales helps a little bit, but it's not quite enough. So again, I'm probably going to lose my monetization and have to reapply for it in a month or two when my hours get back up. Again, not sweating it too much, but I'll tell you what, for those of you who are in the process of building up a YouTube channel or a subscribership, it's very beneficial to have that, right? Because you get what's considered like royalty, basically royalties, or that passive income. And the reason I say that is because in the year that I didn't produce any videos, of course my channel's not as big as, say, Salivate Metals or Silver Dragons. However, you do have some videos that do fairly well and they consistently get views. And just from that, I've been consistently making, I don't know, $15 a month, something like that, passively. So it is, I mean, it's not a lot, but in a year's time, you know, that's well over 100. It's like $150. And, you know, to throw that away is kind of dumb. So it's on me to get it back up, right? Hey, how's it going? 6 in the chat. Please hit those like buttons. Subscribe if you're not already. Trident, what's happening? Good to see you. Got my koozie going on. All right, so one of the really cool pieces that's going to be up for grabs on Friday's live sale. So I'll show you the backside. This is a really cool piece. It's a Scottsdale Mint vintage poured piece. Look at that, Scottsdale Lion Bar, and it has all those pretty ripples and everything. Extremely hard piece to find. What's going on, Angel Maldonado? How you doing? It's been a while, man. Oh, you're checking your hours. Awesome. Yeah, seriously, you don't think about it, but if you're not on it, I mean, those hours slip right past you, and next thing you know, you're lapsed. So the unfortunate thing is they gave me like a 1 month warning. I got a warning like at the beginning of the month saying that, oh, I've got 30 days to get my hours up. You know how hard it is to get 2,000 plus hours in 30 days? You basically have to hustle, and I wasn't hustling. I got stuff to do, and just kind of like shooting that email out of the dark and saying, hey, get your stuff up. That ain't gonna happen. So anyways, that's a cool piece. What else do I got? I'll show you these right here. So if you guys are into colorized pieces, I got a few colorized pieces coming up. I like this one a lot. This is the what do they call this one? Paint It Green. Is basically an American Silver Eagle with, let me get that to focus a little bit better. Come on, there you go. All right, so you got the ASE with a big green $ on it. They are individually numbered, as you can see right there. It's a 2020 ASE. On the other side, same thing. You got a green American Silver Eagle. That's a cool piece. That one will be up for grabs. Then we got very rare piece, very low mintage on these. This is a custom Geiger run that they did called the Geiger Club Bar. Again, not really showing up on camera. I'll get that squared away. There we go. I'll get that squared away for the show, but this is it, a 1 ounce Geiger Club Bar. Super hard to find these things, but they do exist, and we'll have one up for grabs. I do have a lot of shorts. That helps me if you want to dive into that. That Scottsdale bar is nice. Yeah, I've got a lot of, so I have a TikTok channel that I run, and a lot of the videos that I do on TikTok, I've been posting them onto Instagram. And again, it helps with the views, it helps with all that good stuff. But here I am forgetting completely to post it onto YouTube, which I should have been doing it now. But I do have content built up, is what I'm saying. That content that I can tap into and use. Here's another piece. This is the Great White Shark. Again, colorized. A very nice piece. Get your hands on one of these. It's a stunning piece. This one still has the plastic wrap on it, so it looks a little hazy, but it's a very nice piece right there. And the last one would be this cool Jurassic Park colorized piece. Well, that's at least for this set of colorized pieces. But yeah, that's a nice one, guys. Hey, thanks for the hearts, guys. That helps. It really helps pump the channel out to other people who are trying to find something to tune into. Again, I know the live sales start in about an hour and a half for the other channels. So in the interim, you're giving people something to watch while they're looking for something to do, right? We'll have some giveaways too. I got some cool giveaways. Like I try not to give away trash. I mean, you got some channels like Guido who they give away some serious stuff. I mean, he's got like what 28 ounces up for grabs right now, but nobody ever wins it. But when you do finally win it, you win huge. So cheers to anybody who can win that. And that's a really cool concept too, to the way he does his giveaways. I got some Merc dimes. I'll be giving those away. Another couple pieces that I've got. Steel Scent, got a silver dime. And this is really cool. This is a nice giveaway piece. I don't know the weight on it. I'm guessing it's probably 1/10 of an ounce. It might be a little bit more than that. But this is silver crystal. So let's see if we can get that to focus. Maybe not. It might not focus, but silver crystal's real cool. And this is like a whole info card and everything. So it just talks about that. and it has a picture of the crystals on the back. That's a cool piece. That'll be a giveaway. Not selling that sucker. That's up for grabs. I've got, ooh, if you're into old stuff, check this baby out right here. 1917, this is the Type 1, right? So this is the booby quarter. This is my favorite quarter. Actually, the 1916 would be my favorite, but those are in the thousands. This guy right here, though, in AU58, that's a pretty good grade, and you can see all the details and everything. She is a topless spring break quarter. Cool piece though. That one's gonna be up for grabs. I've got some MK bars stuff. I've got some silver shot. What else? Oh, this is a neat piece up here. This is from the U.S. Mint, a 2006 3-coin ASE set. So you've got the business strike, you got proof, and you got reverse proof on that. That's a cool set. So that one's up for grabs. We got some poured silver too. What do we got? We got this awesome wood pour. This is a 10.8 ounce Silver Husky wood poured bar. Look at that. Look at all those little ripples and dimples. The thing I like the most about wood pour is that each one is unique. I could pour it into the same mold. It's not going to look the same. They all look different. And again, it's got the Silver Husky 10.8 ounce. Got the logo on it. That's a cool piece, guys. Anyways, that one's up for grabs. What else? I do have some other pieces. Kind of been showing them off. What's up, Milky? How you doing, buddy? Hey, no worries, man. I hope you feel better. And happy to see you. Dude, I had a migraine yesterday. I'll tell you what. I had to go to bed early, which is weird for me because I'm usually a night owl. Probably gonna get demonetized for that. Whatever. I'm just happy to get the watch hours. So, anyways, what else do we got? Well, let's just grab some random stuff up here, kind of show it off. Half ounce Lunar Dog. That's a nice piece. Half ounce is hard to find. Oh, this one is from another YouTuber's channel, Rob Finds Treasures. You guys have seen that one? That is the Intaglio Mint. Intaglio Mint made this one. It's his channel round. Got some Asahi bars. Those are going to be low premium, guys. Low premium. You'll be able to pick up some stuff for a really good price. Got some Queen's Beasts. Several of them. I think there's like 4 of them that I'm posting. What else? Oh, guys, have you seen these? I didn't show them last show. I didn't show them on the last show. These are the Fenrir Blood Moon. One set is day, one set is night, and they have like gold accents on the day one, silver accents on the night one. Yeah, Rob's got a nice channel round. That's a really high classy one. But yeah, this is a cool set right here. Very hard to find, and when I say very hard to find, like this paired up, there's only 25 of each that exist. So yeah, I have one of each. I think I might be the only person with one of each, aside from the person who had them produced. So I could put those up, but I mean these are baller pieces, so only for the grown and sexy, if you know what that means. Did you guys notice that nice little pop in spot price today? I'll quote you what we got. So silver's up almost 85 cents, 84 cents from yesterday, and gold is up a little bit too, so they are on the move. Do you guys know why? Does anybody have an idea maybe why? What happened? All right. Yeah, so if you don't, the BRICS nations are meeting up today. Everybody with I think with the exception of Putin, I believe Putin sent some consiglieri, some representatives on his behalf in his stead, because he is very paranoid and he's in lockdown. But anyway, so they're talking about coming up with that alternative to the US dollar, right? Some kind of BRICS currency that's going to be backed by commodity. Yep, BRICS minus Putin. So yeah, a BRICS a BRICS currency that's going to be backed by commodities, and obviously some of those commodities that are going to be tied into that are going to be gold. I'm not sure if silver's really a factor in that, but yeah, he's scared of getting arrested or murked, really. But anyways, not sure what's going to come of that. Not sure if it's really going to affect the US dollar, but usually when you see metals go up, that means the dollar is, to some extent at least, weakening. So we'll see what comes. Yeah, there is some bit of a threat to the US economy with a currency like that. But don't get it mistaken. Although Russia may be kind of not necessarily an adversary, but definitely not an ally, the real threat is China, right? China, for several reasons. They've got just manufacturing on lock. They've got assets spewing out of their ground, and it definitely is a risk to us. They got more people. They've got corporate espionage, all kinds of things going on where they're trying to tap into what we've got, and they are doing a pretty good job of it. So we'll see. Again, we'll see what the coming months hold. There's no way to know, right? Speaking of Russia, and on the opposite side of Russia, Ukraine, I got one of these up for grabs on Friday's live sale. This is the Ukrainian Archangel Michael. This one is 2021. Yeah, 2021. And it has that F-15 privy right there. So if you don't know what the F-15 privy is, I'm trying to get that to show up. There you go, F-15 privy. So the Fabulous 15. It's not the aircraft, but it's the Fabulous 15. These are 15 nations that all produce world bullion, right? And let me see if I can quote you. Who those F-15 countries are. Of course, it's coming up with the F-15 Eagle, the aircraft. Hold on. It's around 44 countries wanting to join BRICS, which is a lot of countries. So, Milky, you're right. It is a lot of countries, and the scarier part is that a lot of those countries, they are they're holders of assets that we have interests in. So if you look at like Mexico and Peru, they're showing interest in BRICS, right? Kind of Brazil goes, South America may follow. If Mexico goes, South America probably will follow, like most of the rest of it. Peru and Mexico are two of the world's biggest producers of silver. I think they're number 1 and number 2 in the world. So that's a scary thought, right? That's an asset. And if they're, only going to be dealing with BRICS countries, let's say if it comes to that, that puts us at the short end of the stick. All right, here we go. Okay, so the F-15, the Fabulous 15 countries, we're talking the Canadian Maple Leaf, the United Kingdom's Britannia, U.S.'s Silver Eagle. What else? Obviously, Ukrainian Archangel Michael. Where are the rest of the countries? Here we go. Thank you. the Austrian Philharmonic, the Mexican Libertad, Australia, I believe they're using the Kangaroo for that, for their F-15, if I'm not mistaken. Gone. Yeah, I hear you, man. My mind's gone blank half the time too. Oh, look at this. I have a list. Hold on, let me get you guys on the screen share real quick. All right, here's what I got. Reserves of silver worldwide as of last year by country. So this is in 1,000 metric tons. So Peru would be the highest with 98,000 metric tons. Followed by Australia, China, Poland, Russia, Mexico, Chile. Look where United States falls on that list. We're not even close to first by a lot. So first place being Peru, which is kind of surprising because they're not a world leader. They're not even a first world country. They're developing. However, their reserves are 4 times that of ours. Australia, nearly 4 times that of ours. China, 3 times that of ours. It's crazy. Russia, double ours. I'm surprised about India. I would figure India would have more. Let's look at... And then all the rest of the countries, 57. So we really don't have a great foothold on this. Yeah, as of 2022, Peru has the largest reserves. I think they will trade in the BRICS dollar only with themselves and in dollars where it is not accepted. At least that's what I heard. I'm no expert. And cash and coins, I'm definitely no expert either. If anything, I'm just kind of trying to go off of what makes sense. The thing is, if they're only trading with each other, right? You look at what does the U.S. produce? Like, do we produce anything? What do we produce? We produce dollars. That is our product, and that's it. Everybody else produces something, whether it's manufactured goods, whether it's resources, natural resources, technology, things like that. We produce dollars and we produce, I guess, intellectual property, but that's kind of it, right? That's a scary thought. So if they're only trading with each other, I don't want full access, dang it. Okay, let me get out of there. So if they're only trading with each other, then that's fine, but we can't control that. I think where we lost our footing was with the whole Ukraine-Russia conflict, right? And we put an embargo, we put sanctions on Russia. They were using the U.S. dollar, right? And because they were using the U.S. dollar, we had the power, the United States, right? I had nothing to do with it, but we had the power to kind of halt movement of their dollars. And we penalized them, right? We hurt them financially, or so we thought. And what did that do? Yes, it might have stung them for a minute. But really what it did was it showed all of those other countries that are, little nothing countries, that even though they might use our dollar, even though they might think that it has weight, it has clout, ultimately it is a control measure. And if they go against us, we can tighten the grip and choke them out. And maybe it didn't hurt Russia that bad because Russia does have gold reserves and they have natural resources, energy reserves and things like that. But to a smaller country that doesn't have all of that, it puts them in a position of really being threatened of economic collapse, right? So why would they want to use a dollar like that? Why would they want to use a currency that can do that to them? It kind of makes more sense. Use a currency that, it's based on a commodity, so you can't choke it out because it's commodity based, right? You can't produce it to the, you can't print to infinity. I know it's not really printing, but you can't make more of it because it's based on a commodity unless you're mining more of that commodity. So Milky says we produce tourism. Yeah, we do, but a lot of other countries do too. I mean, I'm going to Cancun in the spring, so that's not in the U.S. I would love to go to other countries too, but right now, the way things are, you know, I would love to visit Moscow, but I'm not going there. I think there's a lot of cool places around the Great Wall of China, Shanghai, but I'm not going over there. But it's just a weird state of the world right now, I guess. One thing I always wondered about, speaking of Peru and their, I guess, the way that they have so much resources, so much silver. They do have gold. If you studied history, the Incan Empire was basically robbed of their gold by the Spaniards. They had the Incan emperor um, kind of on the chopping block, for lack of better terms, and they threatened to kill him if everybody in that empire did not bring them all the gold. They had this big room. It was like a vault room. They drew a line on the wall and they said, "You fill this to this line, and if you don't, we'll kill your emperor." And they did it. They sent a call out to every last corner of the Incan Empire, and they had everybody bring in all the silver, all the gold. It was mostly gold. All the gold in, and they filled it up as high as they could. They got to the line. Spaniards said, "Great, thanks." They gathered everything up, put it on the ships, sent it back to Spain, and they said, "You know what? Clearly, you guys made this happen. Do it again, or we'll kill him." And they put the same expectation on him, and they couldn't fill it, so they killed the guy. His name was Atahualpa. Oh yeah, pharma and tech companies. Yeah, pharma is big here. However, where are the drugs mostly produced? Because it's cheaper to produce them overseas. So a lot of drugs do come from China. Oh, you're talking about the UK. In the UK, they have tourism. Yeah, that's true. Well, all of Europe is really a nice tourist area. The world is in a state of confusion. Sorry, I'm just getting caught up on chat. Hey, Cash and Coins, good to see you, man. I appreciate you. Hope to see you again. California is also in a state of, yeah, seriously, they are in a state of confusion between the earthquake and the random hurricane. Daft thing is, gold was of no value to the tribes. Yeah, I know. So, with that said, Peru being able to produce all of this stuff, right? All of these rich natural resources that come right out of the ground. However, they don't have a bullion piece, right? You think about all of these countries that have, even Mexico has the Libertad, which is beautiful, but Peru, who produces, they're like a world producer of this commodity, and they have no bullion, right? And they could, I mean, they have a lot of history. They could slap anything on a coin and, it would look good. I want to visit Chile in South America. Crazy beautiful coastline. Yeah, a lot of those countries are really pretty. I did go to Peru twice in my past, 2 or 3 times actually. I don't even remember now. But that last time, it's just the bureaucracy there is really ridiculous. So I have no desire to go back, unfortunately. But I'm sure there's some other countries that are probably amazing. I would love to go to Brazil, right? Ipanema. I hear a song about that place. I hear it's nice. Guys, I want to ask you, so we got 9 in the chat. If you don't mind, let me know, where is your go-to for when you want to buy something? Like, do you go to an online retailer? Do you go to JM Bullion? Do you go to APMEX? Do you go to Instagram looking for good deals on there? Do you go to Facebook? Do you go to YouTube sales? Like, what is your bread and butter when it comes to purchasing metals? Who do you buy from? It doesn't have to be a person. If you want to drop a person's name, please do. But I'd love to hear where you guys go to buy your stuff. JM, Jeremiah, good to see you. Thank you for posting that. And thanks for dropping the hearts. Whoever's dropping those hearts, I appreciate you. You guys don't even understand how much that helps me. Monument Metals has been really good for me, better competitive prices, and I've always had awesome service. I bought from Monument a couple of times. I like them. You know, I like their round too. Their silver round with the Capitol building on it. I think it's pretty cool. YouTube is where I get a lot of my world coins. I only have a few coin shops and they don't carry anything like that. Yeah, local coin shops are hit or miss. I find that when you go to the ones in the big cities, that's where you find cool stuff because you have a lot more people offloading. So there's a lot more opportunity for them to pick up some cool pieces. The ones in the little, like, BF Egypt towns, you know, the boondock towns, they're going to have some Constitutional, they'll have some Morgans and stuff like that, older coins, and they'll have mint sets, and that's about it. Instagram, Telegram. Oh, you buy off of Telegram. Tell me about that, Milky. What's that like? How does that work? I've never bought anything off of Telegram. I've even seen people buy off of Reddit, which is interesting. I've never done that either. And UK eBay and YouTube. I have over 30 plus pounds of world silver coins. Holy cow. Aaron Krause, on the subject, do you have any Peruvian silver? Nadila says LCS or Silver Husky. That's awesome. I'm glad. And guys, Nadila bought a really cool piece off of me last week, and then once received, realized how clean the detail on it is. And I tried to say it, but sure enough, it is such a cool piece. Funny thing is, in Washington, junk silver is the hot commodity and silver eagles are the second. Are you talking Washington State or Washington, D.C., Aaron Krause? Zephiel, what's happening, brother? Fine bullion prices is a good start depending on what I'm looking for. Very large purchases, I call around. And that's smart too. So what he's saying there, so fine bullion prices, he put the link on there. That's a fantastic link. It's a great resource for if you want to buy, especially in bulk, if you want to find the cheapest thing out there. And then, as he said, but if he's looking for buying something large, he's going to call around. So I did the same thing. I'll give you guys an example, and I'll drop names here. I went on fine bullion prices. I was going to buy 10 ounces of gold, and I went on fine bullion prices to find the cheapest gold. And I think almost always it's going to be SD bullion, unless somebody's running some crazy special. Almost always SD bullion has like whatever random 1 ounce for the cheapest, right? It's just, you know, a little bit over spot. So I almost pulled the trigger on that, but I said, you know what? Let me call around. I know a guy that runs a pawn shop. Checked with him. He had some pieces, but he didn't get back to me in time. No big deal. There was another guy who runs live auctions. Okay, he had a lead for me, and he was actually going to hook me up. But before I pulled the trigger on that, I called one more person. I called Guido. You guys know Guido Stacking. Guido is such a cool guy and a very close friend of mine. So he actually kind of consigned a deal for me at such a low price that it was cheaper than anything else by a lot. And we ended up getting those 10 ounces at a really great price. So yeah, Zephiel's right. If you're going to make a large purchase, you know, ones and twos here and there, whatever, not a huge deal. But when you're making a large purchase, it does pay to call around. Milky says, coin shops don't exist over here, and pawnbrokers charge a fortune for gold coins. Yeah, and do you guys pay VAT tax on stuff from pawn shops too, or is that only from the main retailers? Enlighten me on how the VAT tax works, because clearly we don't have that here. I think that's why you buy from the States and get it shipped. Yeah, so you're a smart dude. But yeah, I know that it's different over there. But the way they tax things is crazy. So VAT being a value-added tax. Yeah, Aaron Krause says that's a great link, Zephiel. Hey, I just had homemade meatball subs for dinner tonight. That's awesome. I had homemade fried rice. That was good. Good to see Archaeology, Mikey. You know what, Archaeology, funny thing, I was, again, trying to get myself some watch hours, so I went on one of my alternate accounts and put one of my playlists on, and I was watching one of my early live streams, and Archaeology Mikey was on there making some comments. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. He's still around. So yeah, he's one of my OGs. Actually, most of you guys are my original guests, my OGs. All right, I used to get my 10-ounce spot deals before the market went crazy. Yeah, I remember that. When I first started collecting, when I first started stacking, I should say, before I started collecting, there were spot deals everywhere. You could get a 10-ounce bar from, what was it, SD Bullion, Hero Bullion, all of them had it. First-time purchasers could get spot deals, and that was amazing. Okay, Aaron Krause says, I have a lot of sols. So sol is the Peruvian coin. Peru's actually got some pretty cool coins. It's kind of a hit or miss when they come around, and I kind of like the Cuban coins. It's kind of like Cuban coins. So Cuban coins actually have a local high premium in South Florida. Around the rest of the U.S., probably not that big of a deal, but because there's so many Cubans in Florida, they want those coins, right? It's a piece of their history, and they collect them and things like that. So if you ever have a ton of Cuban coins, take them down to Florida if you want to go on vacation. Try to sell them down there. You'll make more money than if you sell them anywhere else in the U.S. It's pretty cool. All right, my goal was to get at least 2 or 3 silver coins from every country in the world, and I'm probably close to 80%. And there's a lot of countries that I'm learning about that I never even knew. And that's the cool thing about it, right? When people used to use real money, right, that real silver, and they used to mint their own coins. All right, trivia for you guys. The United States used to mint coins for another country. It was an island nation out in the South Pacific. What island nation was that? Let's see who knows that. I know somebody does, but it's pretty cool. It was actually the U.S. had a mint in that country, in the capital of that country. So it's pretty cool. All right, you said Washington State. Very cool. I like getting the $5 commemoratives because they're the closest to spot. Yeah, you're right. They are close to spot. The problem is they have a very low resale value, so their premium is so low that when you go to resell them, you'll probably get about spot for them. There's some coins that jump up like crazy. Like, you guys remember that Queen's Beast Completer? When the Queen's Beast Completer came out, it was sub 2,000. I think you could get one for like 1990, right? And then about a year and a half, 2 years later, that same coin is, I don't know, like 2,800, 2,900. It went up like crazy. So that won't happen with those other low premium coins. But again, that completer was a hit or miss. You never know what it's going to do. Sometimes they do well, sometimes they don't. Let's see. VAT tax. VAT tax is 20%, the value added tax. All right, where are we? Sorry, I'm trying to catch up on on the chat. You guys keep typing. I'm just reading. Since Brexit, we now pay tax on precious metals apart from 22 karat gold and higher. No kidding. I've been collecting for 10 years, says Archaeology. That's, believe it or not, that's way longer than me. I started in like 2018, I think. 19 maybe. Yeah, Nadila, I know it's you came in a little later, but that's no fault of yours. I mean, I haven't even been around that long. I think I started my channel in 2019 or so. Yep, it was in the Philippines, Aaron Krause and Trident. You're right. So the US had a mint in Manila, and we were minting their coins for them. So you'll see on their coins, you know, their older silver coins, those were made by the United States. It's pretty cool. They've also done it for a lot of other countries throughout the world. Aaron Krause, educate me, man. The U.S. built the Manila Mint so that the Philippines can produce their own coins. Very cool. Polybuck, what's happening, buddy? Guys, that's my brother right there. Polybuck is probably one of the nicest people I've ever met in the community. Very cool, down to earth. He's not going to blow smoke up your butt. He's also not going to troll you. He is not a troll. He's never going to troll you. He's never going to, make fun of you. He's just a good dude. If you're not following, follow that guy right now. Click on his link. What's up, JR13? Good to see you, man.
$5 commemoratives usually are a bargain or barter coin for me amongst my friends because they like to get the gold and don't want to pay a lot for it. No, I'm not going to lose a lot for it. Yeah, I agree. That's good. That's a good mentality, man. I assumed you'd been doing it a long time. My boyfriend wants to get into the silver business. I can't do it. You can do it. Nadila, so the number one rule to, I guess, to the silver business is don't get attached, right? There's some pieces, and this was hard for me. There's some pieces that, like, from way back in the day, I was like, oh, I'm never letting go of this piece. It's too sentimental. Everything's got a price. The second side of it is get good at selling. You might be really good at buying. You might know good places to purchase X, Y, and Z. But especially if you start buying premium pieces, you need to be able to offload them for that premium value, right? You don't want to lose. So the only way to do that is to flex that seller's muscle, right? You got to get on YouTube, get on Instagram, get on whatever, and learn how to sell it. But be a good salesman, or a saleswoman. By that, what I mean is do right by people. You know, if you're going to sell it at a fair price. If you're going to ship it on time. Ship it using a good method, right? Wrap that sucker up really good. Don't just toss stuff in a box and get it there. Do right by people. Hey, no worries, Paulie. During World War II, the U.S. produced a lot of coins for other countries like Australia and the Philippines. I'd have to go really through my albums, but a lot of islands in the South Pacific. That's pretty cool. I keep only the items people give me, like from family and friends, and giveaway wins. And half of my collection is giveaway wins. Archaeology, that's awesome. I actually was very much the same up until about, I don't know, maybe 4 days ago, when I said, you know what, I have a lot of giveaway wins that are sitting in a box, and to not let go of them kind of defeats my whole mantra. So I probably took, like, I don't know, 10 or 15 pieces out of there, and they're going up for sale on the next show. Friday, guys, 7:30. I just described myself. I know, I'm trying to live by my own mantra, right? So I was showing this off earlier. If you guys hadn't seen it, this is one of the pieces that I'm gonna have on the next live sale, guys. This is an old school Scottsdale Lion poured bar. I'm trying to get that. Come on, let's do the husky hand trick. Come on, let's get some details on there, camera. This camera wants to focus on me. All right, well, there, you can see it from back here. Maybe if I bring it up closer. Are you gonna work for me? Come on. Anyways, it's a beautiful piece. Extremely hard to find. That's a vintage. Got the little pour bubbles on the back. Vintage piece up for grabs on Friday. Be there. My first giveaway win was a 1/10 ounce. No kidding. 1999 American Gold Eagle. I think the biggest gold I've ever won was maybe a half gram. I feel like I won 2 different times. I won a half gram. But that's awesome, man. If you got a gold piece, a 1/10, that is stinking cool. That's what I do with gold jewelry and gemstone gold jewelry. I've been buying and selling for about 18 years now. Nice. But late started with coins. Only started 2 or 3 years ago. That's awesome. Good stuff. Never tastes quite as good at the end of the can. I don't know why. I do know why. It's warm. It's gross. Well. All good. Alright, guys. I was just here to hang out for a little bit. I'm probably going to cut this off here in a second, but any last thoughts from anybody? I'm happy to hear them. This is good conversation. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to hit that like button. I got 15 likes. If for some reason we get it up to 25, I'll do a giveaway, but I don't see that happening. But it never hurts. Hit that like button. You guys like my my coat hanger back there? That is, believe it or not, that's like a 3D printed Pokemon the rhino beetle. It's a Heracross, the rhino beetle. Jeremiah says later, what's really gross is not picking up your desk and taking a swig of that old can. Yeah, it's gross, man. Cool Scottsdale bar, but I like the Inglehards I got from you better. Oh, you got some Inglehards for me back in the day, huh? Those were some cool pieces. I love those Inglehard waffle backs. A lot of South American coins have errors on them. You know, and a lot of countries have that lack of quality control. It happens. But it's always nice when you catch them. So if you haven't already, go on my channel. Click on that, what's it called? That subscribe button. Click on that bell notification. Find the video. Find the video that's going on Friday. 7:30 p.m. It's a live sale, and click that notification so you know to pop in. We're gonna have a lot of stuff, guys. I think I have probably about 35 or 40 items. Very different from what you're used to seeing in other people's live sales. Oh, I have one I can show you. So if you guys weren't here earlier, you guys like old American coins, boom, there you got a 1917 Type 1, if I can get it to focus. There you go, 1917 Type 1. That's the booby quarter, guys. The booby quarter. Very low mintage on that sucker right there. Milky, oldest coin I have is like an 1823. No, I should. The oldest U.S. coin that I have is an 1823 capped bust. But I think I have like older Roman stuff. I don't really count that. Yeah, I don't really count it. Otherwise known as the dung beetle. Kind of like a dung beetle, right? A rhino beetle's close to a dung beetle. Anyways, that's not the piece that I wanted to show you guys. I have no idea where it is. It's up here somewhere. Nope, that's not it. And oh, where'd you go? It's a Morgan. It's a special Morgan. Shannon Smith, what's happening, dude? Where have you been? Where have you been all my life? Ah, here it is. Let me just get to it. Oh God, I'm about to make a mess. Oh God. All right, here we go. All right. This is a cool piece. Well, I'll show you two cool pieces. This is the less cool piece, but still a very cool piece. You guys seen this one before? This is the Liberator. Thanks for the hearts. Yeah, so not including that, I would say, yeah, it's probably the 1823 capped bust $50. Funny story about it, I got it from a pawn shop for $20. The guy thought it was just a plain old $50. I guess that might be the benefit of going to a pawn shop that's run by foreigners. They don't really know old American coinage. And so he sold it to me for $20 because he it was the same price as all of his what was it? He had some Franklins and he had some Walkers, and they were all $20 a piece, which, as you know, that's overpriced for that stuff. But for the capped bust, that was well under. I think it ended up being about a $90 coin or something like that. Anyways, this is a cool piece right here, the Liberator. Look at that. His wings are made of rifles and shotguns and pistols and stuff. That's a cool piece. So anyways, that's one of the cool pieces. The other cool piece, this is an older piece. Oh, what is that? Oh, what year? Oh, 1890. But it's not just any 1890. This is a 1890 Carson City. Come on, focus. You ever hear how some Hispanics, I'm part Hispanic, so I can say this, how some Hispanics pronounce the word focus? They say focus, focus. So guys, focus. All right, 1890 Carson City. You can see the CC. Oh, come on, down there on the bottom, there's that CC. This is a semi-key date, right? Or they call it a better date. This one's going to be up for grabs also. That's a cool piece. Shannon says you've been hiding. Good to see you getting back on, though. Yeah, I'm trying, man. There's a story behind it. There's definitely a story behind it. I'll repeat it. I know most of you guys heard this already. Story is, I got a notification, an email from YouTube telling me that if I don't get my hours up, they're going to demonetize me. So I have till the end of the month to get up to 4,000 hours, because it's got to be 4,000 hours within a 365-day period. So anyways, I don't have a lot of time. I'm probably not going to make it. No big deal. I'm going to still try anyways. All right, so what do we got? Milky says, got that Silver Liberator and the 1 gram gold version. Nice. Wasn't interested in all the different colorized Liberators they did, though. Yeah, you know, Milky, that's the original one, and I'll agree with you. They milked, speaking of Milky, they milked the crap out of that coin, or that round. They made probably 30 or 40 different types. They even started putting characters on it. I saw one with, like, I don't know what it was, like one with the Incredible Hulk on it and stuff like that, and all kinds of colors and stuff. Some of them look cool, but really I think the original one is the best one. I love cherry picking pawn shops because I cherry picked them in 1920D SLQ, and in VG grade it's worth 160. I got it for $4. I'll tell you one time I screwed up, Archaeology Mikey. I went to my LCS, and my LCS had a big old bucket of quarters, and he said, yeah, go ahead, you can cherry pick if you like. And I cherry picked, and like an idiot, I said, these are all priced at whatever. I don't know what it was. It was probably like, for the quarters, I think it was like 20 times face at the time. It might have been 18 times face. It's like, yeah, it's all the same price. Like a dummy, I found a 1917 Type 1. I found a booby quarter, and I popped that sucker right up on top. And when I showed them, like I handed him to him, he picked it up and looked at it, and he said, not this one. And he pulled it aside. And I was so pissed at myself for that, because that was definitely in good condition too. You know, that you're talking a $300 quarter that I could have got for $5. So whatever. One day I'll get a Carson City Morgan, but I need to read up more about them first. All right, I'll tell you what, Milky, look up that date. See what it says as far as pricing on those, and I'll have that sucker up, and I'll put it under comps. Nadila says, Puerto Rican, that's so accurate it's ridiculous. Yeah, you gotta focus on it. My big annoyance is when someone says ax versus ask. That is actually a big one of mine too. I don't let it slip. Like, I don't tell people that, I don't correct them, but it's up there. There's a few, you know, like, and so my wife is a Southerner. She's from Arkansas. You might have seen her running around in the background. She used to say a few words that I had to correct her on. Like, instead of oil, she would say oil. Instead of heels, she would say hills, or instead of hills, she would say heels. Instead of pin, it was pen, and pen was pin, and it's like all kinds of. And what else? Cicadas, they call them locusts. A locust is a giant grasshopper. So, like, little stuff like that. Anyways, yeah, I have pet peeves too, man. So I hear you, Zephiel. Articulation is key, right? You have a long playlist. We can run in the background. I'm doing it for 2 other channels right now to get their hours up. Yeah, I do have a long playlist, and it's what is it? The Silver Husky Epic Live Streams, or Most Epic Live Streams playlist. And yeah, I mean, I'm not asking you to do that, Shannon, but if you want to, that would be amazing, dude. That would really help me out. Leave your stream running all night while you're asleep. That should help with hours. Yeah, it would, right? It would help a little bit. I think every 4 days would be about 100 hours. But I need, what do I need? I need 2,000 of them. So yeah, it would help. It'll get me there a little bit. Not a fan of secondary sellers who colorize original coins, especially as I see the sellers trying to say that, for example, that one that they're selling is only one of 500 when the mint never altered them. So Milky, you're right, and I'm also going to have to disagree. I'll agree and I'll disagree. So you're right. It is not a mint authorized colorization. It's not a mint authorized variety or variation. But what I will say is some of those look really awesome, and if you don't get them, there is really only one of 500 like that, so they can hold a premium. They often do. You can look at any one of those like colorized American Silver Eagles or Libertads. Some of them look really good. Like what was it? The Narcos Libertads, and those go for like $80-$90. I have some, and I'm not putting them up, or at least not yet. They're probably going to go up next week. I still have a big pile of reserve stuff back here that I'm going to be putting up. Where in Arkansas? I'm from there. Or sorry, that's where I am. I don't have too many horrible words. Yeah, so Shannon, Texarkana area, Ashdown, that area. So like southwest. It's a nice area, like very forested and stuff like that. It actually reminds me of where I grew up in Virginia. I appreciate it, Shannon. Really do. My autocorrect is messed up. LOL. I put children tenders instead of chicken tenders in a live stream a year and a half ago. That's funny. That's funny. Guys, I hope you can make it out to that show on Friday. Again, a lot of cool stuff. Can't wait to show you guys. It's going to be awesome. But I am going to be signing off. I got to get inside. 7 o'clock, so these live streams are going to start. They're going to start really soon. I meant that the coin is actually a bigger mintage, but it's only 500 of that particular colorized coin. Sure, they look great, but I prefer the originals, or if altered by the mint. Yeah, I don't disagree there. It is nice. Like for instance, Germania makes, the Fafnir and the Fenrir. They made them in the special colorized, like neon color, not neon, like chameleon color. But then a lot of people took those secondary or their first market, right, primary market coins, and they did their own colorization and then put them out as a secondary market item with a markup. Obviously, it costs to colorize them, so it makes sense. But they do look awesome. Some of them do look really great. All right, folks. Again, thank you so much for coming out, and I look forward to seeing you all on Friday. Have a great one.